What's up, everybody? Mr. Extraordin over here. This is the second episode of our podcast. We currently call it Hip Hop. We don't really have a title as yet. Eve said we should just call it Hip Hop. But I'm not alone. I'm with GT, the man who basically helped me get this thing together. I've known this man for a very long time. And yeah, we have Buxx. Unfortunately, Eves couldn't join us. He's adulting, I guess. But yeah, this is the second episode. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe, comment. If you're into movies, you can check out African Frame podcast. If you are into anime or manga or comic books, you can check out the Africa is Next podcast. But this is strictly hip hop. This is for the culture. Yeah, hip hop is 50, so we're just gonna be covering the things that we like. But yeah, man. Before we carry on, I just want GT to just introduce himself to whoever's gonna be watching. Yeah, man. Can you just
I'm very bad at these introductions, But yeah, man. Yeah, I'm GT. I've been, geez, man, I've been bumping hip hop since I can remember music. I think the first song that I heard was hip hop song that I heard was Regulators. I think I was 6 or 7. My big brother was playing that, so yeah, that's why I fell in love with hip hop. Like Regulators, I was 6 or 7, didn't know what the hell they're saying, but that whistle, that's the one. That whistle was like, yeah, no, this is the love right here.
Hey, but that's a
Yeah,
dope introduction to the genre, dog.
yeah, man, yeah, man.
Yo,
Warren G and Nate Dogg,
Nate Dogg, bro.
man.
Yeah, no wonder you've got like such a strong like West Coast affiliation.
My guy, you know me. Actually, my affiliation is Shady G Unit Aftermath. I won't even lie. Shady G Unit Aftermath, man. I grew up listening to them. So yeah,
Yeah, man. I think ever since I've known you, and I've known you like since 2009, you were
yeah,
already on that, dog. You had like
yeah.
clothes. You were like wearing like
For
basketball.
gosh, son.
I was deep within the culture, man.
Yeah, that's true, dog. That's true,
I
dog.
was deep
So,
within, man.
if anybody second guesses what you're saying right now, I'll tell them he ain't lying. He ain't lying. He ain't lying. Yeah, but hey, thanks everybody who's been checking out the previous video. I think it got some nice views. And yeah, we're just gonna be continuing. But today we're gonna be just talking about some albums that we've been listening, and we're just gonna be giving our thoughts on it. We'll be just basically gonna be doing some reviews. The gents have sent some links of recent projects from people from America and a few in South Africa. We have Casper Nyovest and his album called Solomon. We have Nasty C and his album called, I think it's Love and
I
what's
love it here, I think. Love
Love
it
It
here.
Here. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then we have Killer Mike. The album is called Michael. We have Vic Mensa. I think the album is called Victor. And then we have Nas Magic 3,
Mm.
I believe. Yeah, so I don't know which ones you wanna touch on. I didn't get the chance to listen to Victor, and I was still just listening to Magic 3. I wrote the two songs that I like, but maybe we should start with Solomon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
most definitely.
Yo, gents, I don't wanna lie. Casper went in, eh?
No, man, it's a beautiful album, eh?
I want to say something, man. Shout out to you, my king. Because I think like we done rampaged your group. Like the WhatsApp group. No mercy. You said you want this rap life. You want to be the culture, nigga. So like shout out to you for being able to also not get like overwhelmed. Because like New Music Friday sometimes can be like so overwhelming because so many people are dropping what to listen to, what not to listen to. But this shout out is actually just for like basically you embracing the podcast in itself by actually extending yourself to do like the homework of saying, okay, cool. So there's this thing that these niggas do called New Music Friday, where like now they just get involved. I remember like your WhatsApp, like in the evening, like, yo, man, I got so much catching up to do. It's going crazy, just giving opinions about this, that, and this.
The chat goes on, man. The chat goes on.
Yeah, the chat goes on. But 018, Yeah.
My man, Makasan.
Like, yo, man, Casper, done. Like, yo.
No, Casper went in on that album, man. Solomon is a beautiful album. I think you can hear the maturity in the way that he crafted it, the beat selection, the subject matter, man, like, and the punches, dog. Like Cas throws punches, and I'm not sure why other people don't respect him that much for his lyricism, but I think he is a great ass writer and a producer. And when he drops a project, it's a project. It's not a collection of songs. It's a project. It's got a beginning and an ending. Right. And yeah, man, this has been a great album to actually listen to. I think I went in twice or three times during the weekend, just bumping that. So yeah.
Yeah, no, man, it literally owned my weekend as well. Like, yo, what's so interesting about it is because I was having a chat with the guy at the gym, just breaking it down. He's also like into the culture vibes, just breaking it down. What's always nice about Cass, I think there's two things about him, right? In terms of listening to him. You have to have an ability to relate to him in terms of like you are the person sitting down and listening to him have a conversation with you, right? And then you also have to be, it's either you're that or you just don't like the guy, right? So funny, whenever he's in his delivery of the story, he knows it so well that I know that my story rubs some of you the wrong way, Some of you have the ability to sit back and appreciate me, like me telling you, like, there's parts where he keeps it real with you and he explains to you, like, yo, my girl wants to have another kid, but I'm not in the mood right now, I'm not in that zone, and I'm not trying to go build this whole thing with somebody else. And then there's parts where he's telling you, like, yo, I'm the boss, dog, whether you want to accept it or not. Like, here in Mzansi hip-hop, I'm the nigga who opened up the door for you niggas to be getting the type of chicks that you're getting, So yeah. One of the parts that I enjoy the most is whenever I listen to a Cass album, right? And remember, right, like, yo, I was never a Cass fan, Like, yo, I was knee deep, with the Megacy, I roll with the Megacy. I got mad love for Super Mega, right? I think when he dropped his second album, I was like, this guy, But in terms of evolution of artists, like, yo, man, I ain't no hater. The music that he makes, I can totally relate to it, I can feel like his conversation. He may be like in a different tax bracket, but when we're sitting, it's like, that uncle of yours who comes through who's got a bag. But he's lived like you somehow, and whenever you're chatting with your uncle, you have some form of relation. You're like, yo, uncle, I kind of feel you, homie, on this one. So that's what I always get to enjoy between, especially like from the Amen project to this. Like, oh man, he's telling his story in such a beautiful way. Nothing feels complicated. Nothing feels like it's a lie.
Yeah, most definitely. And there's this one track, man. For the life of me, I can't remember what it's called. I think it may be After 10. But I may be wrong with that one. Where to me it sounded like it's a continuation or actually a beginning of where I'm going back to Any Moment Now. There's a track called Indoda. Indoda Ikhali Fela Ngaphakathi, right? And then he's busy he's busy telling his girl that, listen, bro, I think I'm in love with somebody else. Nothing has happened, but I'm just enjoying that vibe. I'm just enjoying, chatting to this person and all of that. And then in Solomon, this track, I think it's Beautiful Mind. Actually.
Beautiful Mind, yeah.
Yeah, Beautiful Mind. He just goes there, and I think it's kind of where this whole thing started. Where Indota came from. I think that's where Indota came from. Because right here, he's saying, you're so beautiful. You got a beautiful mind. And just listening to that, I just thought of Indota from Any Moment Now. Like, that's a continuation, or this is the prequel to Indota. But yeah, I think, no, man, this guy can write, eh?
On that Beautiful Mind.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys finished listening to the Nas album.
Nah, I didn't get a chance.
That's exactly, Nas has got the same song as Casper.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Because Cass is talking about like, this person that he met, he doesn't know her name, and
Yeah.
I'm making the song. Nas has got this exact same song on the album.
Oh, damn.
It's like, yo, bruh, I met her, and whenever she's about this height, I don't know her name. I even told the label to put the song out and promote it because I wanted to hear it because the song is about her, wherever you are.
Oh, man,
Yeah,
that is so
that's
fucking
so
coincidental.
like, yo, bro, when I finished both like the albums, I was like, yo, this is so crazy. That Cass and Nas got like the same track.
You know what I've noticed about all these albums that you guys have recommended? All of them sound grown. Like everybody that's speaking or rapping rather on all these albums, they sound grown. Like they're not just talking like, hey, girls, whatever parties. Of course, some of them are, but man, they're talking some real stuff, dog.
There's substance. There's subject. The subject matter is dope. They all have subject matter, which is amazing, and there is, of course, going to be those 2-3 tracks talking about women.
Because they must track, Mama. They must.
There's actually some songs that I wrote down from the Solomon album that I really like. Okay, my favorite of all of them is Who Jobless. Like that one for me.
Man, amazing.
Bro, I was last night on the freeway today, bro. I like it when music gives you that feeling. That euphoric feeling when you just whipping the thing there and you feel like, yo, man. You're like, yo, I'm not going anywhere. Like I'm not going to a specific destination. This song sounds so good that I'm not arriving anywhere now. Yeah, I'm just cruising. I'm actually, it's like I guess it's what you're continuously looking for when you meditate, the ability to be so present in a moment that it doesn't feel like there's an arrival or you're leaving, you're just in that moment. Like the song gave me that vibe today when I was driving. Yo, why bless no man can curse? Like what? Even how he finishes it off, like
I keep seeing that black mark on a whiteboard. That line. Oh man.
And then Ever-Changing Times. I know it's a sample. But I know it. You know what I've noticed about Casper in the entire album? He keeps reminding us that he's been consistent for 10 years. And he also, I think you also mentioned it. I think it was you, GT, or you, Buxx. I just don't remember. That he's the one that basically opened doors to getting bags from hip hop, like big bags. It makes it clear. Yeah.
No, facts. Like there's no lying about that,
And I like how he highlights that whole thing of I just don't remember. I think it's the Barmain track where he says something of the sort of where he basically says, damn, they used to love a nigga. And now, it's because he understands that, like, it's inevitable that with consistency that they will always love you.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
Like Jesus did everything, bro. When Jesus wasn't doing that, nobody hated on him. But on the consistency of his ability to do miracles after a while, like, it's almost, I don't want to say it is, I hate saying this, it's near inevitable for it to be human nature for you to start hating on the nigga because he's just so good and winning and winning and winning and winning and winning and so he's also consistently just reminding like, yo, I know you mad, but check the stats. 10, I'm doing my thing. I know you mad.
Facts.
Check the stats. 10, I'm getting this.
I have a question for you guys though. I think I've heard this album twice already, but do you guys think that you'd still be bumping this album a year from now?
Most definitely. I think so. Reason why I say so is because any moment now is beautiful, right? It's a well-written album, and then Abarakeng, he came on and topped it with Solomon, right? And with both of them, you can hear that they're different from his previous works.
Yes.
Right? There's maturity in there. There is.
Did he get a producer, do you think?
No, he's still working with Ali Keys, and he's got a few other people. I know Tweezy's on this one as well on Solomon. But Solomon, not Solomon, Tweezy and Ali Keys are on the album, and then 018 was who's this guy, man? I forgot this guy, but a new kid on the block. But yeah, that was it was dope that he keeps bringing up like new producers and all of that, gives them a chance. I think what is that song from back in the days? Too Legit to Quit. A kid sent him that beat right in on Twitter. Right? He just kept on sending him beats, and then one day he decided to check the beats out, and he heard that Too Legit to Quit, and he wrote it, and that was it.
Wow.
So he's been, he does do that. So yeah, I think it's a great thing that he does. That he does bring up the new guys. Yeah.
No, that's what's up. So some of the songs that came to mind, like when I was listening, because for me, I was focused more on the melody, Candlelight, it's not the same. After 10, and also Chomi Love a Friend. I know you didn't feel Chomi Love a Friend, but for me, I felt it though. Like it was dope for me.
One thing I have to say about that song, right? I don't know if it's plugging some people that you know on, but the only thing I didn't like about the song was the delivery of it. It felt like we got into the studio, we love the idea and we've made it, but we haven't come back to like really cook it to quality of everything else that's on the album. Because you're like track 1, track 2, track 3, like what the hell is going on? The beats are banging, the quality of like how it's not like nasty C ironed out, but they ironed it. Some wrinkles here and there where you can hear like, yo, the mixing and mastering was not at that level, And I don't want to lie, low key sometimes I feel like maybe Cass does it on purpose. I don't know. Because he wants that ruggedness to match his delivery, because sometimes maybe it's an enunciation thing, where he can hide some of the enunciating through how the mastering actually worked out. You check because sometimes you iron it too much, and then we hear you, and they're like, that word doesn't sound like what. What's happening there, brother? So I don't know. This is just like my own speculation, but Show Me Love a Friend, I felt like, yo, man, that could have been a hit. I felt like
a nice summer hit.
The title itself sounds like it could be a dope summer hit. You're right.
Yeah.
If they really like went back in and they put in some surgery on it, not just like how we laid it out. And like I'm saying, I don't know like if Cass was putting on his people there, but like that's what I think it was. I've got some room on the album. We've got this track. Let's put it on.
Yeah,
I get what you mean. I felt the same way about some few songs from Nasty's album, but we'll get there. Out of 10, James Solomon,
I give us 10, bro.
Yeah, same. But I need to go back to Who Jobless, man.
Yeah.
The second verse.
Sure.
The second verse. This guy. There's a point in the second verse where he is rhyming entire syllables. He's rhyming all the syllables. He's rhyming the line to line. That was amazing. That is amazing to hear, man.
And just like you're saying, there's the part where your articulation and your syllables are bouncing on the beat. Me and Ease always used to have this discussion sometimes about like, do your thing so well, bro, where I don't know that there's a rapper and there's a beat. You guys are just now one thing.
Yeah.
You just become one thing. You sound like one sound, just going together like, and I'm like, damn. So like, and like just to express my 10, when I critique a whole body of work, right? I critique like your lyrics, your beats, and how you packaged it.
Right.
Like track 1 to track 11. How often did I feel like, okay, some people, right? They can give you a 20-track album, right?
Yeah.
10 of the tracks actually whack, right? Actually good. But what they do is they package it so well, they don't put too much distance between the good songs, Dope. Track 2 will be whack. Track 3 will be dope. Track 4 will be dope. Track 5 will be whack. track 6 will be whack, track 7.
Mhm.
You never go too long in the whackness where you're like, yo, man, what's going on here?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we start looking for the skip button. Like, yo, I'm allowed to press skip. This is like
Yeah,
my
yeah.
Right.
jump in this shit. So that's what I have to give it. In those parts that I didn't like of the album, it's not the actual song that I didn't like. It's just like the production on the song, or just like I explained now, the quality of finishing the song
I
up.
agree with you.
Mhm.
Yeah, but in terms of every song, I hear the art. I love the art. I love the delivery. I love everything else. That's why I like, yo, man, I can throw in a solid 10. Like, homeboy did his thing.
Yeah, likewise. For me, it's a 10, but I wish there were like 2 more tracks, bro. Like, I just didn't want it to end.
Right.
I think that's
But
why.
then that may have ruined a good thing, So
Yeah.
yeah. But I'll give it a solid 10, man.
But
There's
you know
a
what?
great body of work.
I think to really know that a song is great is when after it plays, you just want to hear it one last time before you go to the next track. That's how I felt when I was listening to this album. I was like,
Yeah.
no. I can't just listen to that song once.
I must go on. Yes, I need to get
The other ones, yeah.
Yeah.
like, yo, but I was struggling not to hit you guys out, bruh. You know, like, yo, I go in there, I hear the intro, Ashima, and I'm like, okay, I cool, I cool. Yeah. Why jobless? I was like,
Good job, bless for me. I think
He
it's
said-
it's the number 1 song from this album, though.
Yeah.
That's the one.
With the intro by Shimani, there's a line there. He says, "From the morning to Boma 11, it's only money that we want." Come on.
I know that's the bar.
Like
that's
example.
That's the bar, bro. It's only money that we want. That's a bar.
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. And I think after 10, there's a line which I found that I like a lot. What do you say? Something like, "We move as a unit. You would think we knew 50."
50. Yeah.
And what
I
else
like
did you
this
say?
cookie, bro.
We moved as a unit. You could swear we knew 50. And something about being at Konka at Nak's birthday, and then they blew 50.
50.
Yeah.
And then after that, you follow us up by the line. Then I see you bought that new ML.
Yeah.
We drive that people rent for matric dances.
My guy.
Yo,
He's gymming, bro. He's gymming.
That's this line that he makes. I don't know which song though, where he says something like, "They couldn't come after me, so they come after Basadi Bam," or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's that song? Shit. It's
Now you're starting out, bro. Casper
Yeah.
is doing his thing the whole way. Like, there's no song where you feel like lyrical delivery is boring.
No. It's not one thing for sure. That's what I'm saying. I was going for the melodies. No, one thing for sure. It was not the lyrics. It was more of which song am I feeling like melody wise. Which song am I feeling the most? And these are the ones that I wrote. But otherwise, it's a great project. I don't want to lie.
That boy spitting that pain.
Yeah.
Which song is the one where apparently it's dedicated to like to AKA?
It's Candlelight.
Candlelight. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you hear him speak about like going to AKA's house and being scared to go there because he thought AKA's family was going to reject him. And then he got there, and AKA's mom was very welcoming. AKA's dad was very welcoming. It's so dope how he puts this bar together, and he says that your mom is such a lady and your dad is cooler than you, maybe. Then he puts in that lip and just goes, just maybe, you know, like he does it like the Casper way, bro. I don't want to lie, that's the Casper way, you know. To make from like from a straight.
You know what I think about Candlelight, right? I think it was a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation, and I really don't care what you think of it.
Yes.
Because I want to do it, right? This is how I feel, and this is how I feel. Twinang, I can send my dedication or flowers or condolences. You know, this is how I'm going to do it. There's people who don't like it. There's people who like it. There's people who are neutral about it. But I am glad he did it. You know, because we're always going to talk. That's the thing. As people, we'll always talk, right? Yeah. We'll always find something wrong about something at all times. So damned if you do, damned if you don't. Joe. Sometimes it's just
And I think that also speaks to his character of why he's so
yeah,
successful.
yeah,
Ability to be strong-willed and know that it's just never going to be about us. It's always going to be about his perspective and his point of view and why he's here to do this art this way.
Yeah,
like, if
facts.
Timing was perfect. He didn't do it for clout back then.
Yeah,
You know,
he waited all the time to put it in his
Mm.
project, and he could have dropped it. You know, if it was a cloud thing, he could have dropped it instantly as a single.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
and it would have picked up traction. You know, it even tells you most Googled nigga in South Africa since 2017. So he doesn't struggle to pick up that traction. He could have done it. You know, but
Exactly.
it shows you the modesty in how he did it. Like, yo, man, shout out to that cast. That was dope.
Yeah. That was that was grown up for him to do, and I think it goes with the whole theme of Solomon wisdom. You know, the godly thing. So you could tell that he kept the theme. You know, he was consistent.
He
did. He did.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Shout out.
Did you guys know Barraking, what's that track? That last track, Blow Your Lungs Out, is a remake of a song that he did in like 07, somewhere there.
For real?
Yeah. I found it somewhere on Twitter, and they had a video of Cass moving the crowd. You know,
a young Cass, right?
Yeah, young Cass moving the crowd, you know, just getting the crowd to do the Casper, Casper, you know, and then the song started playing. I mean, the beat started playing and was rapping on that. And then, it's, geez, man, 2007. That's like,
whoa.
That's
before.
That's about what 15 years ago. Yeah.
So do you think he took the clip from
16 years ago? And 16 years ago, that's when it came out.
Damn.
Yeah, and he decided to remake it now. It's still the same beat, and I think it's just been mixed and mastered differently, but then it's still the same beat. The chorus is almost the same. It's almost identical. And yeah, of course, the lyrics are different, but yeah, it's quite a dope thing, man, that he did that, you know. 16 years later, that's when he decided to.
And it's still dope, dog.
Yeah.
I guess he just really felt so good about that song that he's like, no, I still have to re-release this track. It's that dope.
It needs a platform so he can shine properly. I didn't let it shine properly back then.
Yeah. All right, gents. Do you wanna move on to something else? Should we do Nasty C?
Yeah,
man. Let's do Nasty.
Yo, guys, look, I don't want to lie. I've never really listened to Nasty like that. This is the first album I've actually listened to. And man, it's deep. It's deep. Like when I listened to the first song, for instance, the end, where he's talking about how he was still a kid, and then he's just painting you a picture of his mom's death that night.
Yeah.
And how his dad was feeling, and my goodness, that track, man, that was an introduction and a half, eh?
Yeah, no, it's a heavy jam, man. It's a heavy song. Let me correct myself. It's a heavy song, but then I think it's something that he needed to do.
Yeah.
And man, I think more than anything, that song is kind of like a opening up. He's opening up to us about, you know, what happened to him as a child. And I read somewhere where he said his mom's death only hit him as a teenager, you know, around 16, 17 there, you know, when he didn't understand, you know, there's these friends at school, you know, they've got their moms and everything. And now his mom is not around, and that's when it hit him. So yeah, that's
maturity. To hit you at that point, because at first you're not really consistently seeing that presence in other people's lives.
That's why he was calling himself Ivy Son all along, right? I didn't know what it meant until it's
Ivy Son.
That Ivy is his mom's name.
Yeah.
Damn. Do you think him being a father has something to do with his approach to this album?
I want to be honest with you, right? I was actually just having a chat with my girl about something just now. You know, about that question is so tricky because nothing in life we can't say doesn't influence us in any form of way, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's like somebody walk in this room and slap me right now, how this podcast finishes and how somebody doesn't walk in this room and slap me finishes. It's, you know, it's going to influence me, you know. That doesn't happen for no reason. Everything is always going to have, you know, you waking up and kicking the corner of your bed with your small toe and you walking out the room screaming. It just shapes something for that moment as you walking out. So I think it does have, you know, it does have an effect to him because it's going to obviously influence his perspective of like, I'm no more just a G, you know, for this. I've got somebody here that I need to take care of now. There's a responsibility. Also, I think it's so interesting that you asked that question because that's the part where I have to respect him for how he's making the album. Like he has to do the therapy of healing all these things he's gone through before he walks the journey of being like the dad to, you know, young one. Like, okay, let me put it in this music.
Oliver.
Things, yeah. Like
that song, Oliver,
Yeah, Dear Oliver.
Dear
Oliver.
Yeah.
Is the big boy.
I wanted to say this to you, Kem, like, you know. Yo, man, I'm enjoying this mostly because, you know, sometimes when you're not in the culture and you see at a party and then we telling you like, yo, man, STC's dope, dog. Then people just look at us like, that guy who says he wants his juice back. Okay. All right.
The hell no, guy. Hell no.
Hey, if you say so, you know. But this is what we have been going through. Like, you know, like you're saying, hip hop has turned 50. This is like, you know, this is what we're going through. We've been going through like not really being indulged in the commercial singles because we understand that everybody has to sell sugar for their albums to sell, you know, for the albums to sell for the bookings to come in. But to listen to you right now, you know, listening to that album and finding depth in Nasty C, you know, it's priceless, my king. Like, hello back.
Thanks, bro. Shut up, bro.
Yeah, most definitely.
Just to dabble in here, like, yo, these guys have got actual talent.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. Like, even that song, I think it's Pops.
Yes.
Oh yeah, dedicated to his dad.
Yo, dog. Look, it's not a banger or anything of that sort. You know, there's not even much beats to it, but it makes you think, man. Because usually, I mean, obviously, even he does say that, look, this is not just about dads, even your mom, if you have a parent and whatever. But for me, the fact that a man dedicated a song to his dad, for me, that was amazing. Because, you know, usually it's a dear mama, to my unborn child, or my lady, my wife. But he's like, nah, I'm gonna talk about my pops, and pops, this is what you've been saying, that this is how mom sees you, or that's how, yo, man, there's a line he says, I think it says something like, thanks for teaching me how to pray so that I can get through some of the things that I did, or something like that. I was like, yo.
You know what the irony of that track is, right? Is because at the beginning of the album, I don't remember the song exactly. It's almost like he's quarter to bagging his dad, you know, like he's mad at him, like, yo, dog, like you abused me, you know, you know, the way you treated me was shitty, you know, like that's how he begins, like at the beginning of the album, just addressing his father, like in this way of like, yo, this was messed up. How am I supposed to be, you know, being an abused person and all that. Then at the end, you know, he summarizes the story of like, yo, man. I think he also summarizes with the first song by just saying, yo, I wonder how you felt that evening, you know.
Hey, yo, yeah.
He's basically going with the story like my dad's trauma started here,
right?
Followed by the fact that he became like this abusive guy that I had to grow up around. But at the end of the day, you my nigga, Topi, you know, I still feel you, you know, you're a human being as well. You know, you go your own shit.
I don't remember which song he said this in, but it is in this album. And he said something like his dad didn't believe in him when he was doing the music thing, right? He was like, nah, don't do that. Do something else, right? When he started making a proper income out of it, and showing dedication that, he's really into this. Pops came through and Pops was like, yeah, okay. I'm actually proud of you. And then he said, I think it was Pops actually. He said,
Yeah, it's on Pops,
his dad said, I'm proud of you. And then he said, not Dad, I'm actually proud of you. At some point in that song as well.
Yeah.
Like it's my turn to tell you that I'm proud of you. Yeah.
And I think that's something that's not something a lot of parents hear from their children.
So I think it's a two-way conversation.
Right.
Yeah. It's especially like let's say like in our community, especially, like as Black people, it's the conversation of saying, "Hey, Topi man, I'm really proud of you," or "My old lady, I'm really proud of you," or whoever, "I'm really proud of you," and then they just say like, "Hey man, you too, bro, you still here, you're in this life, you're doing the most that you can, so I'm really proud of you." So like the depth in that, just in those bars, besides the song in itself, it's a whole lot. Like I have to give him the maturity of some of the music that he has on the album. It's crazy. It's crazy. Lyrically crazy. You're like, wow, man. I remember this homie at the gym was saying, you really feel that he's in touch with his pen right now,
Right.
Able to put the songs together like this. Yeah.
Look, I don't want to lie. I didn't feel all the songs. I mean, there's a song with Tell a Man. I felt like it was incomplete. I felt like something was missing. You know what I mean?
There's two. There's one that's better than the other. With Tell a Man. Yeah.
Wait,
there's Sunset something, and what's the other?
Yeah, I didn't feel Sunset. So basically, the first 7 songs I loved. Sunset broke it because Sunset was track 8. And then there's a one with Amifa who I didn't really feel that one that much. But then from, I think, I Love You Again, I started feeling them again. But Crazy was dope, man.
Oh, that's the song I don't.
Crazy.
You don't feel?
Yeah. For example, like I said to you guys earlier on today, right? I always respect the person who's making the art, right? And in the scenario, it's fair enough to say that you, as the person also making the art, also have to respect the fact that I acknowledge that sometimes some of the art is not for me. Not for me to like say, "Oh, this is not for me." But if I'm in the art gallery, I paid to be here. So I'm going to have an opinion about it. You're like, "Oh, okay, cool." Right. I don't see what he's trying to do here, whatever. So for me, that's how I felt about Crazy. I felt like I don't know where the song is going. It had, I didn't like that high pitch, the high pitch, it really threw me off. But just as you're saying, there's just a few songs, where I felt like, okay, Nasty, where are we going with this? And then he would bring me back, like, okay, okay, cool. Whoa, you had me worried there, bro. I was going 2 songs. I was trying to look for the skip button,
Yeah, there's one that I actually skipped, and also the one with 25K. I didn't feel that much. It's like
it was like a finishing. You see, those are just like, yo, man, we recorded this. Let's put it on. I also didn't feel like that. Do you know which song really broke my heart? Right. It's a good song, but I think it would have been better, and this is so crazy for me to say because right now, nigga, my favorite rapper is the Butcher coming, nigga. Big Butcher is like, yo, but I didn't feel like he deserved the spot on that song.
On Prosper in Peace.
Yes.
Who would you have put on Prosper in Peace?
I'm going Cass.
Yeah, that actually makes sense.
Yeah.
Because they never let him prosper in peace.
Yes.
That makes sense.
You don't know how to handle the merchandise. You know that.
That's a bar right there, though. Shut up.
They have a controversial.
No. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, I don't think I see Butcher anywhere else on the album.
Which is fine. Which is fine. It's budget safe. Look, man, just because you have budget doesn't mean that you have to spend it. I like what you said earlier on. Sometimes you take that budget, you redirect it to some marketing. Market another song more. You check because it's everything on the song is fine. I enjoy Nasty. I enjoy everything, but like the aura of the Butcher, I just feel like the Butcher even wrote the verse for the simple sake that like, yo, what's up, young blood? I can rap. Let me get on to it. It's not that I'm not feeling like the Butcher in it. And
you want the drug dealer Butcher. That's what you're looking for.
Kind of, like he must tell me how he struggled being the drug dealer, and but it didn't feel like a Butcher verse. It felt like he put the lyrics together. Like the reason I also say, I don't know, sometimes when you listen to Cass, he's got that voice where he's out loud and then that horsey voice. Yeah, I feel like he could have pulled one of those off where it sounds like he's talking to you on the song, like, yo, Nasty, I feel you, on this. Yeah, so many people I find that, but right now at the top of my head, Cass is the only person I think he could have put on that song and they would have killed it together, They would have killed it together. I didn't think the Butcher's supposed to be on it.
Yeah, man, that makes sense. That makes sense. I can see it from your perspective. And also, yeah, we've heard Butcher, man. Butcher's got bars for days.
Exactly. So you can, sometimes in a feature, you can hear when an artist is not performing to his level because maybe the lane he's in, Look, when you're rapping, you have the ability to put bars in wherever. But there's some certain times where you're not in your lane. You know? You feel like I'm not in my lane, so it's I just wrote the verse. And I did it. Even like in the energy of the verse, you can hear like, okay, I just delivered the verse and it worked. I wrote the 16. Yeah, sure, done from Africa. Take this to the motherland.
Sometimes you see it in groups. Like you find there's a song where some member of the group didn't even feature on it.
Yeah.
And you wonder, you're like, okay, maybe he wasn't feeling, maybe he didn't really know what to say in this.
And it just didn't suit. But overall, man, like for me, like the Nasty project is also dope, It's just like I think he could have also made it like 11 to 12 track project.
Yeah.
And it would have been like a classic.
Right.
Yeah. Like 11 to 12 track. At max, I think 13 songs for me made it work.
I feel like it could have been a double disc if it was like those physical copies back in the day type of thing.
But I was mad about like side, I would have been mad, like, yo, man, side B, what's going on here?
Because for me, the song with Amifaku, it felt like Amapiano or something. It didn't feel like, and I think that threw me off a bit. I don't know about you guys, but because he only comes in like halfway through the song, and I just felt like, is this your song? I felt like he was featured in his own song.
And that's why I critique the construction.
Artists do that. Artists tend to do that at some point. For the life of me, I can't think of one at the current moment, but I know there was somebody who did that. Oh yeah, actually, Cass did. In the what is that world? Hold on, instead of messing with our future. The Amapiano version he did with that lady. What's her name?
Oh, Buxx.
Yeah, they right. He also came in like at the with the last verse over there, and I think the origins of that song. I think.
But that's on her album, right?
No, that's on Cass. That's on Short and Sweet 2.0. Right, that's that Amapiano album.
Right.
Yeah, so I think artists tend to do that at some point, and I think others, which you'll actually get to understand what I'm saying, is people having like 2 or 3 features on one song, right? You're not on the chorus. You're probably going to be the third guy or doing the last verse on the album, and then there are like 2 guys before you, right? It's still your song. It's just that you featured 2 artists, and they, they're doing more on the track than you. But that's just the nature of features, man. And I think especially because of house-like features, right? House, Amapiano as well, right? Amapiano and house, there's like a build-up, right, to get to a certain point in a song, and then from there somebody else can carry it over. So I don't think it's a bad song.
Where would you put it in the album?
Yeah, that's
where would I put it?
Like in terms of like track listing, right? If you were to, and would you put it there where it was, or would you move it up, or would you move it down?
Where was it in the album?
I think it's track. It's track 8, bruh.
I think it's after the Teleman Jam.
Wait, I'll tell you. No. I think it's track. Wait, I'll tell you now. Track 9.
Track 9.
After Sunset.
I think.
Yeah, that's Sunset is a Tenement jam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You see, and I thought that.
Don't you kind of think that was like a breaker of sorts of
It was
of what the first half of the album was or is, and that was like just okay, let's cut and then let's focus on other things type of thing.
That's why I started getting the impression that this could have been a double disc, because that from there, like, okay, maybe this is a B type of thing. That's how I felt, because like you're saying, it's not a bad song. It's just that it just didn't, to me, just didn't feel.
Sometimes it can distort you, yeah. If you're listening to a while, the way a song is and the way it's put in, right, regardless of how not bad it is, let me say that, because you've been coming from one train of thought.
Yes.
It just knocks you off, that you feel like, what's going on here?
What's going on?
Maybe you've been enjoying the flow that you've been in. I think maybe that's how we're hearing it, you know.
Yes.
So I hit that skip button. And get me correct.
Man.
Get me correct. Yeah, Kokota, I'm a big fan of Amapiano. Like, you know, like
Facts,
I'm out there with
I know that much.
yeah, no, I'm out there. So it's no shade on the Yanos, you know.
Yeah.
Like, even like how you said it, you know, like, man, not to go back to the Smans, but this nigga knows how to package his shit. Like,
I know he pains, eh?
Yeah, like you say, Casper said, he put that song, he put it on a strictly piano situation, house situation. Yeah, it's there. And then when he comes here to Solomon, evening gentlemen, I'm here to rap now. It's hip hop.
Suit and tie.
Rap. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Hip hop, you know. So like, yeah, that song did throw me off, and then it made me. It's so weird because I had to stop listening to the album, right? Go do like some other stuff, and then come back like with my ears drained, and continue the album to be able to appreciate, like, oh, okay, cool, you know, listening to everything else, because it killed my momentum that I built up.
Now, for me, it was in one sitting.
Yeah, me too.
I didn't skip anything, but from the end. I think my next favorite song from there is what comes is the end, and then what's the second song? I forgot. And then there's Crazy Crazy, and then there is Release Me. Release Me is a fucking beautiful song, bro.
Super.
He's like, listen, guys, this is only entertainment, right? I'm in the entertainment business, so don't hold me on to these things that I say on these songs. I'm in love.
Yeah.
I'm in love. I would rather be at home and, be with my baby and not change clothes for 2 days or something, right? Just chilling, not doing anything. I'm not really going out there popping these bottles and screwing all of these girls and everything. Like, I don't do that. I go home.
But didn't he also address like his lady as well, like, or some girl also? It's like, look, release me, like.
Yeah, he did in that in one of the verses there.
Yeah.
Shit, what was it? I totally forgot what he said, but yeah, he did. He definitely did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a dope ass song, man.
So basically, it's like a "don't box me in" type of track. Like,
like don't
buy the hype.
Don't exactly. And what I give you is the only thing that you'll see. You're not going to see my personal life, right? You are only going to see the cover that I'm showing you.
Right.
You're only going to see the album covers. You're going to see entertainment. The same thing with movies, man. Nobody expects those actors to go back home and start shooting up people and sniffing up drugs and all of that stuff, right?
That's what they do, man. Because they need characters, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like movies. That's also entertainment, man. And we don't hold them, the actors or the directors to the same type of status that we hold our artists to, right? So I think that was a well-written song for me. I really enjoyed that song.
I ask you something about that?
Mm.
Isn't that a little bit different though? Like in terms of our artists, like in especially I believe like in hip hop,
Mm-hmm.
you know, isn't that why like you find some niggas get critiqued for not being authentic, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, some niggas talk about I packed that strap, but we know like man, you don't need to pack a cigarettes, bro. What are you talking about? Like, you
Don't
pack
hold
the
no
strap.
fire gun.
Yeah, like like how they say sometimes music is a reflection of self, right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So don't you find it a little contradictory that he's also kind of saying that?
Mm, in a way, yes. In a way, like I am 50-50 about it because we know some artists, man, who have never, got the strap and pulled shit, and yet they still rap about it like it's their life. They
I
live
ain't no killer, but
You
don't
know?
push.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's what's this track by Cole?
And funny enough, that's what I was thinking about. Eh?
There's a few tracks by Cole.
Or is it
There's this one where it's being featured
False
by
Prophets?
Jid.
Mm.
False Prophets is actually a good one as well.
We talk
But
to
there's this song that
tripping, dude.
yeah. But he's featured by Jid on it. I think it was on the Dreamville tape, not number 3, but number 2, where he's talking about these extendos and all of that stuff. And we know he's not about that. You know what I mean? And even on what's this album? The Set Off, the latest album that dropped, where he says, "Put an M-rat on your head, you Luigi's brother now." You know.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like he doesn't do that. This is only entertainment, right?
Can I go forward to that? Here's a follow-up question to that. Interesting enough. Sorry that we're going down this rabbit hole. You're just making my mind think of things. Do you think, right, that's why some artists, right, have like what can I say, like a cult following of some sort because they really that nigga, you know? For example, I'm not saying he is that nigga, right? But like when we're speaking right now about like the Solomon album, or I'll give another example like Drake, right? Drake never talks about that he would shoot you, but he says like he got the niggas that he can move the money to that section where that thing can happen if he needs it to happen, right? Do you think that that's why some artists have got like a deeper connection with their fan bases because there is some authenticity to who they actually are, and like if like for example to say if you're a nigga that really bought it, when you say it on the song, we gonna kind of really feel it. I don't know how to express it.
Yeah.
This thing about us gonna make it say like, yo man, GT about that life on me.
Yeah.
Family.
Yeah.
That song he says take care, he babysitting, he really means it, like
I think that's why Get Rich or Die Trying was such a hit because he was actually shot for real. Like that guy actually got shot 9 times for real.
Yeah.
And he's talking about like all the experiences and like how many men, like a song like Many Men are such a big hit.
Yeah.
Brings me back like now to come back to when we are talking about like the Nasty C album, right? I think I have to give Nasty C like major props in terms of lyrical ability.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But sometimes, I do get lost in like in relation. And I'm not saying that you have to be a gangster because I'm not a gangster to relate to you. But when I watch a movie based on a true story and when I watch Avengers, there's a certain sensation that I get when I'm watching based on a true story. Even if they haven't said based on a true story, something feels real about what this thing that I'm watching, as opposed to when I'm watching Avengers. So that's also like sometimes when I'm listening to the music, that little bit of thing that draws me a little bit away. But I like the fact that he made a song like Release Me, that throws me back into saying like, yo man, I ain't even about this life, but I'm selling these tickets because you niggas are buying. So that's why it's also one of my songs that I like on the album. It's like, he's keeping it out. He's keeping it up.
But you're right. I agree with you guys in the sense that when you're saying that it's a bit contradictory because the album cover, it's about him showing us his family, right?
Yes.
But you're saying we should release you, but you're showing us.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, the release me part,
but I can't really place my thumb on it. I feel some contradiction in my system.
I think the release me part is and I love it here, the album cover and release me. I think they're connected.
Okay.
They're connected because this is a space where he loves being in, right? So all of the external factors and everything release me from what you think I am.
Yeah.
Right. Release me from what I may portray in my entertainment. I love this. I love my family. I love being in this bubble. I love my gaming. He's a nerd. He a geek. Rather, let me say that. Yeah. He's a geek. He loves his games, right? He loves.
Budget, boy, you need to put my nigga CT on the budget. He's been doing PR for this nigga all day. Shout out GT. When I'm a big ass rapper, nigga, you gotta hold me down, nigga.
Don't worry, my nigga. I got your autobiography.
Hold me down. Because I have to acknowledge the fact that you did make sense of that. That, yes, the album cover and release me. That you guys have held me to some thoughts because I am a rapper. So you think I'm this person. So nicely put, my king.
No, shout out. That's the a good way of decoding that thing. Out of 10, gents?
I think I'll give it an 8. Simply because of there's 2-3 filler tracks which most probably could have been left out, but then all in all the project is solid, man. I think the subject matter is amazing. I think the way that he executed is amazing, and the fact that in his execution of this message and what he is going through right now, he still kept it relevant to his fan base, right? His fan base, they don't. What can I say? I don't think they would have gotten the same hype out of I Love It Here if it had Solomon beats, right? I don't think it would have been the same. True. So I also when I was bumping the album, right, I was listening and also reading some of the lyrics in the songs. So for me, it's a very solid project, and I think 8 is too harsh. I may give it a 9. Because I read the lyrics and yeah, man, it's no man has got a pen. He's got a pen on him, and it's amazing. And there's this one track called "I Love You." Oh man, yeah. But anyways, that's me. Let's say 8.5 rather. I'll say 8.5. Okay. That's me.
And you, Buxx?
Here we go. I'm gonna give it 6.5. Yeah, and that's also just solely based on what you said. I loved all the lyrical content. I'm going to make this point as we go on later on. Some of the beat selection to me, was not my favorite, right? And this is personal critiquing, right? Just so also musicians understand, those who can't do coach and those who can't coach, they stand on the fans and they support and they critique. So that's also where it comes from. I'm a fan and I'm saying, okay, cool. From all the tracks, I think 12 tracks would have made it. I would have given it an 8 or a 9 with the 12 tracks because the beats are just something different to me, right? I didn't find my gelling into it with the beats so well and everything else. But in terms of creativity of lyrical ability, I have to give it to him. Yo, man, he writes so well, he raps so well, So, yeah, I think I'll give it a 6.5. Yeah.
Yeah, fair, valid. have you noticed that I think from Price City up until now, right? He has found a way to sharpen his craft, right? Whereas he doesn't rap multisyllable stuff like the way he used to do it in Price City. But then right now, he is able to convey a message with a sharpened pen, right? A better sharpened pen, and the message still comes through like he is rapping in Price City.
Isn't that what Nas usually does though nowadays? Like, well, for the past maybe 10 years or so, when he releases, it's like it's no longer about proving a point to anybody. It's like
I can rap. That's
like you question my shit. I've got a catalog that you can go listen to that will prove, and I think Nasty never fails to give us a single or something, or one of those YouTube freestyles just to remind you that, hey, brother,
don't play with me now.
Play with me, you get hurt. He never fails to do that.
Yeah.
So you see, funny enough, like that you were speaking about the ability to get better at his craft. That's what I actually enjoyed a bit. Like the more realistic him. I got to enjoy him talking about like, yo, this, his dad, his mom, his child. That's what made me enjoy it. Like, I just find it could have been, I don't know, I find like, have you ever watched like a low budget movie? That's got a story.
Yeah.
You think like, oh, man, if like Paramount picked this script up, they could have like,
it would have been dope. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing I continuously get from this. I'm like, yo, this album is dope, but there's just this thing, I don't know what it is. And so far, the only identity I have is in terms of like the beat selection.
Yeah.
That we just don't gel as well, or
There's one song when I was listening to it, it just felt like the beat was incomplete, man. That's how I felt.
So I felt like it a couple of times.
Which one?
I felt like it a couple of times.
I think it's either the one with Tellerman or...
Sometimes you didn't feel that shit at all, bro. Like, it's like a good time in one night. You're like,
it's the one with Tellerman. It's definitely the one with Tellerman.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
But I think even the one with 25K, the one with 25K, I was like, no, I'm not feeling it.
Yeah. Especially, for example, for like the artist like 25K is, if you go listen to 25K's projects, Beats is banging, dog. I don't know if they cook up there in Pretoria, but Beats is banging. Like, he came out and he's also like on the drug dealer floor, so Beats gotta be hard, he's gotta be aggressive. So like I was also and the thing is, Nasty does so well on an aggressive beat. Like, he will chew you up on an aggressive beat, So also on that beat, the 25K, when I actually saw the song, I was hyped up to get to it, to be like, yo, when I get to this, it's going to be real. And then, like, it was kind of like, a letdown.
No, I hear you.
1,000 on that album.
Shout out, gents.
Man, before we continue, I just need to speak on I Love You. Man, this dude, I Love You, the concept of it is basically... there's a girl who is going through the most, right? And smoking, drinking, and all this shit. And for me, she keeps asking me if if she's the one or something like that, right? And I keep telling her that I love her, but all I want to do is smash, right? And so he keeps lying about that. And that kind of has like a realness to it, because I think it has happened, and it's still happening, in the world and around us, right? It still happens where we get people who are not in the right mind. On both sides, male and female. We get that, right? And
transactional
people get to, it's a transactional relationship, right? So I think that is a dope way to expose, or rather speak about this, whatchamacallit, reality that people face. I think that is a dope way to speak of it. Even though like the track itself, right? When you listen to the beat is banging, right? But if you listen to the lyrics, it's like, oh damn.
You know when you're bumping your head, but you stop, you're like, hey, whoa.
Yeah.
What is niggas keeping it real here?
You know, so I think also that goes to, you know, having a relation to his fans, that I was speaking of earlier. His fans understands him on these type of beats, you know, and he'll say whatever, you know, that comes to mind on these beats. And I think that's a dope thing for me.
Yeah, no, definitely. Definitely. Is there any other song, gents, you guys want to cover before we go to another project?
I'm good.
Okay.
No, I'm good. I'm good, yeah.
There's also Temptations. I just don't remember what he said there, but yeah, I think he said some stuff that was quite profound. Temptations. Just don't remember the lyrics there. But anyway. Okay, so we have Victor, we have Michael, we have Magic 3. I don't know which ones.
Honestly,
I haven't Wink Mensa yet.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't even get a chance to listen to that one. Maybe we can do that one next week then.
Yeah,
Look, let me tell you, I didn't get time to bump Killer Mike, but I played Dawn of Law, that first jam.
I think let's leave Killer Mike.
Oh man, that track! Like, how do you create an intro like that, dog?
Yo, bro.
How is that an intro into your album? Like, you demand attention.
He went hard.
And I was like, okay, cool. You know what? This man has demanded my attention. I need to give him that attention. So I will bump it when I can give him attention, which will probably be tonight or tomorrow, but definitely by the next podcast, I will definitely have listened to it.
Now I think let's shelve it because that one is also going to need all our attention. You know, we don't.
No,
Yeah.
This is the one that I was really listening to the whole day. Like I played it the whole day, but it's fine. We can shelve it for next week. But I agree with you. Done by Law. I mean, the things that he says in there, bro. Like,
okay, sorry. Now you see, like now we getting into it somehow.
Okay.
I gotta say this. I just gotta say this like this little bit. You see what Killer Mike did on that album, right? In some way, in terms of like album structuring and art, I find is what Nasty was trying to do.
Yes.
Oh, so you get me? I'm not tripping, right?
No, that's why I was telling you that all these projects that you guys have mentioned so far, right? All these people sound mature and grown, and they're trying to drive a message across, dog.
Like I listened to Killer Mike's album. When I was finished, I was like, Nasty, I respect you.
Yeah.
Exactly the art you're trying to you're trying to create, the art that you actually created, I see it. Right? Exactly like, you know, for example, like saying when you go listen to Coke raps, you can go listen to Conway the Machine, and then listen to Benny the Butcher and be like, oh, okay, I see where this Coke raps thing is coming from, you know. When you go listen to some gangster raps, you can go listen to like 50 and go listen to The Game and be like, oh, I see where the gangster rap thing is coming. Same thing in terms of like our message and real life experiences.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that are like, let's just shout it because you see, I'm getting excited.
There's a song called Motherless, bro.
Woo!
So that song, bro. Whoa.
I posted something for the junkie. Yes, man. I was like, this nigga, wow.
Yeah, also something for the junkie, dog. Something for the junkies, like, it stood out for me.
He's talking to his aunt.
He's talking to his aunt, dog.
I'm gonna give it time.
Now get in there, my nigga.
Yeah, there's also a line where he was speaking to his mom because he tried something, and then his mom gave him advice.
And his mom told him just eat something.
And then
he had an uncle who sold blunts that were mixed out.
Yeah.
And you always used to avoid smoking those blunts. But one slipped up and he smoked that shit, and he felt like something wrong. He's geeking in the system.
Okay. We'll get to Michael, but yeah, like the second song after Down by Law, it sounds like pop, but okay, we'll get there. Anyway, so what's the other one? It's Magic 3. I only listened to like I think 3 or 4 songs on that album. I don't know if you guys wanna check it out.
I'll just touch on it because I think out of all of us, I'm the one, and also Eves who managed to get through it.
Yeah.
But I think we can touch on this one, right? And then also, you know, to preserve how we always continuously go. I think next week we can open up with Michael and whatever else we get this Friday with new music, right?
Right.
But in terms of Nas, he's at that point now, like especially with Magic, right, where he's just displaying rapping ability, regardless of what the beat sounds like. You know, like, yeah, rapper, yeah, any more, 24, get it on, niggas on the floor, bodies, let's go. And like wherever the beat is going, he's just displaying like, yo, I can rap. There is a couple of good songs, like there's a song called Jodeci Member, like, you know, he gets in there. And then there's the song I told you guys about. That's exactly like the Cass song, the Beautiful Mind song. It's very nice. Yeah, there's a couple of songs. I think in a total I've got 4 songs that I liked, but the rest is really aggressive in terms of beat wise and just rap. You know, you have to be really prepared. You need to be in the zone to say, I'm about to listen to some rap and I'm working. Like it's just gonna, it goes very well like that. But it's a good project in itself. It's a good project. Nothing too crazy.
I kind of felt the same with Magic 2. You know, it's got some dope ass songs, but
actually it's almost the same as Magic 2, funny enough.
Yeah. There's that track. There's that track here where he's got 50 on it. I forgot what it's called. But then from the beginning, this dude is just rhyming syllable by syllable. The entire track.
I think this nigga like in his bedroom one day he just found this book of like rhymes. He's like, yo, I didn't like none of this shit. Hey, yo, put on whatever beats, nigga. He's just like now just making up for all flow that he just never got to do.
And you know what? There's a song apparently where he features Lil Wayne, and someone on YouTube was saying, did Wayne just renegade Nas? I was like,
yes, he did. He did. But like, yo, man, let's say this, man. Let's put this out there so that everybody understands. Yeah. You know, like sometimes you get to like your pinnacle, bro, where we can't clap anymore. Our hands are sore, and Lil Wayne is past that part. You know, he bodied so many guys on songs recently, like in this time and era. Like we're enough. You know, it's grand, dog. Yeah, we're a rapper, boy. You're the best.
Thanos snapped us,
dog. You can't snap twice, dog. Like it's grand, bro. You can't snap twice, my nigga. You snapped. We good. Like
there's that jam that he has with Slick Rick.
What? Yes.
On Magic 3?
No. Lil Wayne. It's on DJ Premier's tape.
Right.
Hiphop 50 Volume 1. It's called where is it? The Root of All. DJ Premier featuring Lil Wayne and Slick Rick.
And Slick Rick is nice on that song, bro.
He's so nice on that song, bro. And then Wayne just comes and turns that song into yes. I don't even know the words for it, but man's raps. Yeah. The man can rap.
He's the only GOAT, guys. He's the GOAT by himself there. In his
crawl. Can I ask you who's in terms of that level? Obviously, Andre 3000 is still talked about to this day. I mean, he's even on the
he killed his verse
on the Michael track. Is on there as well. Who's better between Andre and Wayne?
Wayne.
Oh, why?
Wayne. Look, no disrespect to Andre, man. Andre is amazing artist, right? And you know he's shown us that you know he's versatile with his Outkast stuff and his features and stuff. He's fucking amazing. But Wayne has been killing shit nonstop.
No dead off. Public holiday. school holidays.
Yeah.
Yo, non-stop.
Non-stop.
Like, I want to say
Non-stop.
something to you about the question that you asked, right? I want to answer it this way, right? Like I mentioned also about like when we were speaking about Cass, Nasty, everything, right? A lot of people also relate to things in a different way. Like the art is always going to be perceived in a different way, right? You know what? The only thing I always to say to people that I don't like about the Wayne thing, right, is that it's for him. I hate how he did it, and a lot of people jump on to also try to do it, right?
Fact.
Wayne is built up. His rap character, right? Like, you know, if he was like an Avenger, his superpower, right, would be metaphors and similes, right?
Yeah.
That's why he sticks out that much.
Right.
Yeah, that's where he is, you know. He really sticks out there, and he does it in such a creative way. It's crazy, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then there are some niggas who are not about punchlines, you know, who body tracks out of lyrical ability to actually rap. Like, for example, saying, especially like in this era, niggas like finding punchlines to go Google and highlight. Like, yo, do you know he said this? You know, some niggas like close your eyes and listen to how he's body in the beat because cadence and he's just bouncing on the beat, you know, not looking to kill you with metaphors and everything. So for me, like, honestly, I get the question, but in today's league of rap, I would have to give it to Wayne, you know, because it's like one of my favorite Lil Wayne songs is Hustler Music, you know, way back, because he's just rapping easy there, you know, doing his thing. And then like on the video, when the song ends, right, Money on My Mind comes in, and his opening line is, "Dear Mr. Toilet, I'm the shit. Got these other haters pissed because it's toilet paper thick." I know, you know. So that's like,
I remember that.
Homie,
I
like,
remember that.
Play around like, you know, toilet, I'm the shit. I got these other haters pissed because my toilet paper thick. It's just like, damn, homie, you know. So there's just, it's inevitable. You can't ignore it. That, like,
let me say that line one last time, though.
Dear Mr. Toilet, I'm the shit. Got these other haters pissed because my toilet paper thick. I know. Like, yes, that's right. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is old Wayne.
This is old Wayne, bro. Like, remember that I Can't Feel My Face tape you did with Santana?
Sure. Oh, man. Like, you need to do that, dog. It's not capable of. You know, there's a song called Rewind.
Yeah.
There's two songs to listen to. Rewind with Joe Santana. Even though Joe did Buddy Wayne, we were all shocked. You know,
what did he say? He said, "I be chef, I be chef, be chef. You never have to rechef when I chef. Comprende? Rewind, replay, reset, action. I be chef, the chef. You never have to rechef when I chef. Comprende? Ah, come on, bro.
You gotta go listen. There's a song called Rewind, and then you must go listen to Cannon, man. Cannon by Lil Wayne. Like, yeah, we're gonna send it to the group. Don't worry, we're gonna drop it.
We got you. We got you.
So just looking at like Wayne's catalog, he's been able to outbar everybody, you know.
Yeah.
And then
he created that lane basically, bro.
Like, he constructed it by himself and said, "It's about bars. Bar you niggas. Like, I'm at the gym. That's all it's about." So whereas opposed to like your Andres, your more poetic type of rapper, you know, he can say something that's a little bit like twisted, you know, cool at the other side of a polar bear's toenail. There's another song where he says that, and it's just like, what?
It's like it's colder than
the other side of the polar bear's toenail. You know, okay, you know, like, okay, 3 stacks.
My man.
I'm gonna sit on that one, you know. And you're like, okay, cool, you know. But like how he brings it in and everything, it's like so dope, you know. Like I'd have to give it like, yo, Weezy F baby, and the F is for forever, dog. Like like the way he does his thing. To this day, you can call him and he won't disappoint you. Yeah, like a new song, even the song he has on the Sweezy beat.
What the hell is it? I hear it. It. Yeah, the name is not coming.
The name is not coming, but like, I give it to Wayne, bro. Like, yo, and I'm giving it to him because of consistency. Yeah, from like the Carter all the way to whatever he's dropping now.
Yeah.
You know what I've noticed? You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Wayne is not the first one to put his baby picture on an album cover, but I feel like after the Carter 3,
Yeah.
everybody started putting the. I mean, obviously Nas did this a long time ago, but it feels like after the Carter 3, everybody. I mean, even the Michael album cover. It's young Killer Mike. And it also has that Born Sinner thing where it's horns and halo, but I don't know. It just feels like you were saying earlier. It just seems like after Wayne came in, people were sort of emulating something from this guy. Something.
Yeah, man. You see it in hip hop today. You know, how many people have got body tattoos in hip hop right now?
Yeah, face tats.
Yeah, face tats. Like that's all Wayne. You know, rapping with a funny voice. That's all that shit is Wayne. You know, like even he says
he created an entire genre out of mumbling, and people now call it mumble rap.
The first time I heard Drake, I thought it was Lil Wayne who could sing. I thought Lil Wayne could finally sing.
And do you know the irony, right? There's an interview when Drake is actually expressing that's why Wayne also signed him.
Oh.
Yes, they were in the studio apparently, right? And a song was playing, a Drake song. Drake had finished rapping on the song, and then the chorus came in where Drake was singing. And then Wayne was like, "Who's that?" And then Drake was like, he was nervous to say it was him because he thought that Wayne would see it as everybody else and like, that's corny, dog. Like, get somebody to sing for you. Somebody in the studio spoke before like Drake had a chance to say anything. He's like, yo, that's him.
Yeah.
And Wayne's like, what? That's you as well?
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, like, yo, we good. We good. We can rock with this. Then Drake was actually shocked.
This is proper.
Like, this is exactly what you need to know. You can hang with your thugs on Friday, you know, and sleep with the bitches on Saturday. So it's like it's exactly what we need. And there's a song where even Wayne says it at the beginning of their career, you know, with Drake, at the beginning of Drake's career at Young Money, where he says, we gonna be all right as long as we got Drake on every single hook.
Exactly, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, he knew.
Money to blow, it's money to blow. It's on money to blow.
Money to blow, yeah.
Yeah.
That, like, sing for us and we're gonna be straight.
And funny enough, I was actually thinking that from Nate Dogg, the only person who's been close about with being great with hooks is Drake. There's nobody else.
Yeah.
It's Nate Dogg, then Drake. Kill the hooks. They kill hooks, bro.
You can call Drizzy for a hook anytime, bro. It's cooking.
Yeah.
What do you put 50 on that? Is there a list like maybe like top 10 that can do hooks like that? Because 50 also comes up with some dope ass. I mean, he's not a great singer or anything, but some of his hooks.
50 is melodic, you know. And I think Banks has said this in an interview before, right? Back in the mixtape days, you know, there's like jams which, you know, the beats would just come in and all of them dudes, all they want to do is write lyrics and all of that. And then 50 came through and just sang on the beat, like, you know, the intro. That's the sound of the man popping that thing. You know that jam. That's the sound of the man popping that thing. Bam, bam, bam. Then they started rapping. It wasn't they didn't have that melodic
ideology in there.
Ideology. Yeah, they didn't have that you know, as the unit. They didn't have that. And then 50 was like, nah man, just you know,
play around with
play around with this thing, you know.
And it worked, eh?
Yeah, and it worked. And
even Drake said it. Yeah. Even Drake said, like, you know, the first time you heard 21 Questions. Yeah. You like, you niggas are fucking wilding. If this gangster ass nigga is singing on this song, I don't need anybody else to tell me. You know, I don't need you guys to approve my singing. Because here's the nigga, shot 9 times. He's the most gangster nigga right now in the music game, but he's singing, girl. I'm going in.
And Drake, he got Nate Dogg there on that.
So, even like, I Got the Magic Stick, you know, that's him singing with Lil Kim on the track, you know. There's so many songs where you actually get to, and I think there's an interview where the game also acknowledges that, like, yo, when I got to get into a writing period of 50, he would write a rap then the first 4 lyrics will be a rap, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's the rap. And then going to the next 4 bars, he'd be like, girl, you really know. It's like, okay, cool. So now he's mixing it up. He raps, some melody, then he goes back to rapping. It's like, he's not just stuck on one tone. He keeps listening more because the song keeps on shifting up and down.
Because everybody was singing along to PIMP, dog.
Yeah?
Yeah, most definitely.
Now, in terms, but like, just trying to think off the top of my head, hip hop Hall of Fame in terms of hooks, obviously like Nate Dogg, Drizzy.
Right.
Gotta give Akon, man. He's on them. Gotta give T-Pain, T-Pain touched a lot of people's fucking songs.
Oh, man.
Straight up, dog.
T-Pain that
I had forgotten about T-Pain, man.
T-Pain. Would you ever?
I'm so hood. And I never dance on them in this place because you and your man's is planning to hate. That thing. My man.
I'm sprung, dog. Remember I'm sprung, dog.
Yeah.
Gotta give Chris Brown.
Bartender, dog.
Rapper song. Yeah, like Chris Brown touched a lot of rapper songs. Like he's made them sound just the way they needed to sound. So like I think that's like right now my Hall of Fame of like if I need you to touch the hook, who would I call? Like in this past 50 years, I would make sure that like you're Chris Brown, Akon, Nate Dogg, T-Pain, I trust them niggas to source it up the way that I like.
Some of those Tiger, Chris Brown tracks dope because of what Chris Brown brought to the table. Guys, who's on that song with Chris Brown? Yeah. What's that? I can give you. I got what you need. Go crazy. Everything you do is amazing.
Oh shit! I'm not sure who's
jeez.
I know the song you're talking about, but I'm not sure who he's on with it.
Yeah, neither.
Yo, I don't wanna lie to you, my nigga. Name easy to tell you, bro. That's my quote.
Chris.
Yo, man, that nigga, bro.
Oh, dope.
Man, and I haven't bumped his 100-track album. Is it 100 tracks?
Yeah, dog. I don't even bump his music.
Yeah.
But I know that the year won't finish. Do you know, like God blessed me, bro. There's no guidance, right? Chris Brown and Drake. Just to hear what it would sound like, so the song was a big hit, But there's this song called No Not You, where it's Chris Brown and Drake again. And Chris Brown on the song doesn't sing for Drake. He just does like backing vocals. Oh my word, bruh. Like, yes. Now Breezy the goat, though.
Yeah.
Take it to the head. Yeah. Like, I think it's like so many hooks, bruh. So many hooks.
For me, after Nate Dogg is Drake, and then it's T-Pain, right? I don't know if there's anybody else for me, but you know what Drake did with Take Care, that being his second album, bruh, that was beautiful to me. What he did there, he just, as a rapping nigga, just came out and like, I'm gonna sing this entire album, and that thing is amazing, man. It's one of my favorite Drake albums, actually. Actually, if not my favorite, it's my most favorite Drake album.
Loving the Crew,
my man.
Yeah, it's for a while.
And yeah, he murked that thing, and I'm glad that he did that because your sophomore album sometimes it
doesn't land.
Yeah, it doesn't land, but then also I think that's where you have the ability to play around, right, and do whatever it is that you want. Because if you're doing your debut album and then you're doing your sophomore album, which is going to sound like your debut album or in the same lane, later when you're going to try something else, right, it may not actually gel well with the with your fan base which you have created, right? But then what Drizzy did was that, okay, I'm going to give you one album, and then after that, I'm going to sing, I'm going to do whatever I like. And throughout his career, he's been doing that, right? There's been albums that that I've liked. There's been albums that I haven't liked, but then it just shows that he decided that I'm going to do this thing my way. I'm not just going to be a rapper, right? I'm not just going to be a singer. I'm going to release whatever I want to release whenever I want, and that has worked for him. And yeah.
No, you're absolutely right. I guess that's why you have people who say we miss the old Kanye, because his first projects were probably monotonous. Like it's like kind of still sounds like College Dropout a bit. It sounds like Late Registration.
I think he overcommitted though.
You think?
I think he overcommitted.
Oh, okay.
You can't have it both.
Right.
You can be famous because of the music you make, or you can just be famous. Right? It has to be good at one of the. You can't be good at both of them. Right? When you get good at really being famous, the music part depreciates.
And we've seen that.
Yeah. Like we've seen many people like, yo man, he's a full-time celeb now.
Yeah.
But for example, like we're talking about Drake. Drake is famous because of the music. It's not because of something else that he does, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we hear he's turning up there, fucking the baddest bitches. Yeah. But it's also because throughout the season, if you come out in America and you're in Atlanta and you're dope, right? And somehow a link between you and Drake will be made, and Drake will be on your shit, and your shit will move, You come out and you're in Jamaica and you're doing your thing there, man. And what happens? A link with the producer made, and he'll jump onto your shit. He's there for every season to jump onto the new hot trend, right? But still, it's still the music. Right? If Drake is making one song every 2 months, by the time the year is done, right? And this is his own personal song. On every other feature that he's done, he's created enough character that he can give you an album and say like, yo, this is what I've been working on, for these 12 months. So that helps him do that, right? But he's mostly known for being Drake the artist. And once you start to try to play, like think about it, many niggas they go be actors. Yeah. And then the music depreciates value, I don't know what it is, laws of physics in some way, you can't chase two rabbits at the same time.
And I guess with Drake you could say it's the opposite, because he started as an actor, right? A child actor.
Exactly.
Turned into a rapper.
Drop this one thing to go pick up this one other thing.
Right.
In good day. So I think even in the book, the one thing the guy actually expresses that like people mustn't think that because a person maybe is an actor and a musician, that's what I'm saying you can't do. No, I'm saying you can, but it's going to be one that you're not that good at as compared to one that you are really, really bringing it in.
Speaking of
that, Common.
Okay.
Common knows how to do both, right? Rap and act. Man is a great actor, man.
I think it's also the duration of time of music. You can't say he's consistently putting out music.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go like 5 years without putting out music, it's easy. You do one track a year. You got 2 tracks a year here. After 5 years, you got a 10-track little something.
Yeah.
And I also the thing about Kanye, he's competing to be the best at everything. The best at the music, best at being a celebrity. Common is not competing to be the best at music. He just to make, when you're making the music that you like, you're not thinking about where you're gonna chart. It's different, when you are acting in the movies that you like, it's like, okay, I want to really get good at it. So I think in that way you can possibly be good. But if you're competing at the highest level, you have to give it to one. You have to sacrifice something to say like, yo.
I actually wanted to say that someone actually asked this question. I think it was the guys from Blackbusters. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Big Jaw. He's a comedian on YouTube, but he has this podcast where he was asking, I think that was him if I'm not mistaken, where he was asking if Pac was still alive, do you think he would have gravitated more towards acting and left the music, or was he going to leave the acting and just focused on the music? Because there was a point where he was doing a lot of films like your Poetic Justice, your Juice, and
But he started as an actor.
I think he would have been behind the scenes. I don't think he would be acting per se. And the reason I say behind the scenes is that I have done this.
Right.
I've acted. I've done the music. If I am gonna go towards film and entertainment, I'm gonna be a director. I'm gonna be a I think that's where he would have went with the film thing. With the music, I think at some point he would have retired. Because he has said what he needed to say, and that message, right? He has given us that message, the people's poet, right? And I think we love him a lot because of the message he portrays, he relays, and how many people were able to relate to it, right? And I don't think he would still be doing that same music, right? He wouldn't want to do anything else. It's either that, it's struggle, it's California love. I don't know. I don't think he'd be doing music either. He'd probably be owning a label or something, but he wouldn't be the front man. I don't think so.
You guys got major hope in this nigga, right?
Someone also mentioned that he probably could have been like a community. He could have been like on some Malcolm X tip, basically. Like,
what? Yo, man, I don't know if you niggas are watching the same nigga I was watching.
No. I mean, he was. Yeah. I mean, he died in his 20s, right? We're talking about someone who now has like white hair, has seen it all, has done it all, is more mellowed down.
Okay, let me make this point from exactly what you're saying. Remember that there are many artists that were doing their thing in Park's era, right? What's contributed to who they are right now in their careers, it's who they were back then. You have your E40s and shit. These niggas were around during that time. But look at his general character, right? This is my own opinion, right? So like, don't kill a nigga, because I know how you Park niggas get, right? He was a very, very impulsive guy, right? He was driven by a high level of passion, right? Which in some extent, wait a minute, look at this Kanye West guy. Very impulsive, very driven with passion, right? Where to Kanye, what he's blessing is that he knows how to produce music. So that's what keeps him relevant, right? And Park was in the hands of Hove. Hove can always pull some strings for you, even when you've done some crazy shit, so that the fire doesn't burn that far. Park was involved with as much as there's the good music in it, right? But like, yo, man, I'm not sorry to spoil the party, but this guy was influenced. He wasn't doing the influencing way he was, right? Because even like the night that he got shot, right, it's because somebody came and had the conversation about their chain being taken away, and him, instead of being the leader and seeing that, wait a minute, I run this shit. My man's, we're gonna get that shit. And I'm gonna give you exactly the same story. When Young Buck got the Judith piece taken, right? They were on tour in Chicago. That chain got taken by some other I forgot what these tunes are called, right? When that chain was taken, they called 50 to be like, yo, 50, man, please don't be mad. The chain was taken. And this guy who was wearing the chain when the chain was taken. 50 took it to the point of saying, okay, you know what? Are you guys okay though? Are you guys safe? Because when these niggas robbed, these guys are like, they're safe. The next day, the guy who was wearing the chain was given all the money and he was sent back home because they weren't supposed to be out partying that night. You see, that's militant leadership.
Right.
The guy's got his head unscrewed, right? Park is the one who went now, Even in the video, you see, he's got that walk. They're gonna go fuck up this nigga. Because remember, Park is an art student. He's not originally a gangster. He's not thug. But now he's embodied the character, and no one is praising him for his ballet or whatever he's doing, his art, whatever, right? The irony that he dissed the nigga from Mobb Deep for doing ballet, but he's also went to art school, the irony of it. But he's in that impulsive character now, right? That led to him getting shot. So it's showing you that part, him getting shot, it's inevitable. Oh, I bet you died.
Damn, but also, what you call it? Speaking towards that, before all of that, before him being killed, right? He was shot 5 times before.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And still with that, it didn't change his head. It didn't change his mind, his perspective on life or anything. He went on to do the same thing again, right? And I guess this time it was permanent,
which speaks to his character, like I'm saying.
Yeah. So I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. But I guess, oh man, it goes back to what Immortal Technique said, man. What do we know about a dead man's perspective? It's it's tricky. It's tricky.
Yeah.
It could have been either or.
It could have been, maybe second time being shot would have cleared his mind. I don't know. But yeah, we don't know anything about a dead man's perspective. So we can speculate. But yeah.
But gents, thank you so much. We're almost at 2 hours. We didn't get there, but yeah.
Wow.
Well, almost. I think you could say 20 minutes or so, 18 minutes. But thanks for joining this podcast and us ironing out these albums. I'm gonna listen to the ones that we've discussed again, just with this comment in mind. And next week we'll definitely touch on the Michael, Vic Mensa, and so Magic 3. We touched it, right? There's no need to.
Yeah, I think we're good, but we can touch base on it. I think if I may have a different perspective, I think Eves also may have a different perspective.
Yes.
We may touch on it, but if it's not necessary, we'll just continue, man.
Okay.
And New Music Fridays is on Friday, so yeah.
It's tomorrow.
Yeah, that's tomorrow. So yeah, let's see what we're going to discuss next over there as well.
All right, no problem.
Yeah.
No, thanks, man. Buxx, unfortunately, he left because he did mention that his battery is low.
Yeah, his battery died.
Yeah. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave your comments, your thoughts. Don't forget to share, like, comment, do whatever that everybody else is doing on this platform. But thanks for watching. Once again, this is GT. He's the one that basically helped make this thing happen. I'm so grateful. Thanks, Doc, for the hookup, for involving the two guys. If it wasn't for you, this wouldn't have been a thing. It still would have been an idea that I have in my head, But thank you, guys. We'll definitely see you on the next episode, and we're out.
Peace.
Peace.